Good morning. Japan City swaps overhead power lines for historic views. If you go sightseeing around the cities like London, Paris, or Hong Kong, you won't have overhead power lines running your view. That's because almost all the power lines in these cities are now underground. But you will find quite a lot of overhead power lines in Japanese cities like Tokyo and Osaka. This isn't because Japan particularly loves overhead power lines. The government has been trying to replace them with underground lines since the 1980s, but it's expensive, and in 2022, for example, a plan to move about 10 kilometers of Kyoto's power lines underground was abandoned due to cost. But some places have succeeded in getting rid of some of their overhead power lines. In Tamba Sasayama, a city in Hyogo Prefecture that's about 60 kilometers west of Kyoto, all the overhead wires have been removed along one historic street, creating clear views of what it might have looked like centuries ago. The street is called Kawaramachi Street Kawaramachi Street. In the Kawaramachi Tsumairi Merchant House District, the district started to develop around the year 1612 after the Sasayama River was moved to make room for construction of Sasayama Castle to the west. Tsumairi refers to a type of building with a gable roof where the entrance is on a shorter gable side of the building. Am I reading it correctly? Kawaramachi Street was historically an important stop on the way to Kyoto, and these old merchant houses can now be visited as cafes, stores, hotels, and more. This isn't the only part of Japan that has removed some of its overhead power lines. Of course, it has already been done in some parts of Kyoto, and various places have been experimenting with ways to do it at lower cost. However, the Tokyo Electric Power Company says a problem with underground wires is that it takes more time to restore power after a flood or a landslide, since it's harder to isolate the damaged parts of the system. Discussion. What are your thoughts on the overhead power lines being moved underground in Tamba Sasayama? Good. I wish Kyoto loses a lot because but I was very surprised it's a abandoned the idea. Would you like to visit Kawaramachi Street? Yeah, I would like to. Do you think shifting overhead wires underground is worth the cost? I don't know about the worth the cost or not, but it actually saves from the typhoon and stuff too, because one of the time this big typhoon was destroying all the electric poles, which is holding the wires, and there was a shutdown on the electricity, so it might help in a better way. Have you seen any views ruined by modern structures or features? Yeah, buildings blocking the views. Yeah. Have you been to any towns or cities that look the same as they would have centuries ago? Yes, I have been to. Well, I live in Kyoto. So. Further discussion. Are there many historic streets or buildings in your area? Yes. What historic towns or cities would you like to visit? I just read the article about the London yesterday, and it will be nice to go back there. What are the prettiest places you've been to? Everywhere is pretty. Have you been to many foreign cities? I used to. Which are your favorites? I like those South American cities, which actually refers to many of the Spanish cities, basically European style, right? What towns or cities in your country would you like to live in? I'm very happy with my home.